Yo, 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 yo. Wagwan people, it's your boy Jason Gooner back in the studio again for another tactical preview, and this might be the biggest one yet ever on the channel because tomorrow, tomorrow, people, is Judgment Day. That's what we're gonna call it. Because honestly, we are gonna know if we're going to be in the World Cup or not. And this is a dream that started way back in, I believe, 2024, if I'm not mistaken. We've been on this journey since then, and it comes to the ending tomorrow. Good, bad, ugly, no matter what we get, we have got to deal with it. So we are here to break it all down tonight. We're gonna, of course, give you the predicted 11s from what I can see between the two teams. We're gonna look at some Jamaica things that Jamaica must do these things if we're gonna win the game. We must do these things if we're gonna win the game. We're gonna look at a few things, and also we're gonna look at what I deem to be some key players as well. Look, I think it's gonna be a team effort regardless, but of course, a part of what I try to do is to show you guys some things that might happen in games, right? Try to show you why some things might happen in games. So I would of course have to tell you which people I think might do these things. So that's why we have the key players there as well. And of course, it's up to the coaching staff, whoever they deem fit to select. There might be some key players that I might not even talk about tonight, and that is just, of course, how it goes. If you're not in the room coming up with the decisions, you're not going to know for sure. But I'm going to say what I think would be the predicted 11s based on what I know of the coaching staff, what I think they might do to plan to win this football match. So we're going to try to work with that, people, and we're going to have a good time doing it. So, of course, what you need to do, because we're on YouTube, people, is like the video, find the locate it, brother, whether you watch it on your television, laptop, phone, iPad, whatever you're using to watch this right now, find the like button and hit it. Zine, just give it that respect. Yeah, man. Share the content as well. I have done so, so you guys do the same. Yeah, man. And of course, if you're brand new to the channel, subscribe. All right. Bless up those in the building from Shirley. Jay Hyman, bless up yourself, my brother. Big up, big up, big up tonight. You know, we'll get the tactical board out, people, because that's what we do here. Yeah, man, we'll get the tactics out. We're going to put the team name on the sheet, and we're going to show you how we can get something out of this game, something we need. Only one result really worked for Jamaica, so if we find a way to get it, right? Congo will beat Jamaica if they score first, as James Jackson. If they make Jamaica score first, Jamaica will win. So James Jackson thinks whoever throw the first blow will win. All right, but remember, James, is a boxing match. So if you punch somebody in a fight and then go down, remember you get a 10 count, So if they get up before 10, James, it's not over. All right, just remember that. Believe, Jamaica, let's go, boys. Big up yourself in a campus. Yeah, man, upful, Muji. Manners and honors. Yeah, man, big up yourself, Dragons. We're there. So people, just do me those favors, man. Like the video, share the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Definitely the percentage of people that watching the videos and not subscribe, we have to go work on that, people. We have to go work on that. So of course you have a poll in the comment section, real simple. Who going to advance to the World Cup tomorrow? Of course, we know that I'm a Reggae Boyz fan, so potentially the vote might be skewed that way, but last night, when I looked at the analytics of the video, a lot of our brothers and sisters from Africa tune in. So, yeah, man, we want to see everybody what them think honestly about that. I'm sure that even some votes for Jamaica might forward from the Congolese side, maybe, who knows, and vice versa. But I would think that if you're from Jamaica, if you're from Congo or the greater Africa, you might vote one way tonight. But who knows, people? We'll go on we'll go on in the poll. I think Jamaica can't lose the poll because, as I say, you see what the thing said, people. Jamaica jersey, yeah. So I think it's gonna be tough, but hey, we'll try the same way. And see how it stay. If only the poll mattered in how the game go, but I don't think it matter. If Congo score first, they're gonna lock up shop. Yeah, believe me, I've been spending the whole day like Masika Congo a pair of Congo clips me I find and I watch and I look on write-ups on the team and all these things. And if it's one thing for sure, when them score first, tough. It's tough. Bless up Isawago and G. There, you know. Time for some tactics. Big up Jam J in the building. Mr. Speedway of playing his score first and defend for his life. James Jackson, I've seen it. I've watched Cavalier do it. Tomorrow will be a dog fight. This could be a real ugly game. Yeah, I think one thing, you know, I found out today that the referee is, the whole crew is from Argentina. I don't know what that really means because Argentina play rough, but how do the refs referee typically from Argentina? That's a question because the last referee they got against New Caledonia, that man let everything go. No cards came out, nothing. Man just say, "Oh, play. We can kill each other. I don't care." Bless up, Duke. Go on. We're there, you know. I know I don't see the lineup. But Chris Swagger, you not going to see the lineup yet, my G. Tomorrow, you know. We say, I think it will leak. There has proven to be some leakers within the thing still, you know. So, Chris, don't be surprised if you get that all 5 hours before the game. I have a feeling like I know it still, but when you see the predicted 11, soon you see it. So, people, today we did get a press conference from out of the, I think it was on JFF Live. Yeah, it was on JFF Live. We got the press conference and we're just gonna show, let's see. I think we should be able to show this and get the audio coming through. Hope the new players get a run. Well, the new players got a run. Well, not all of them. Andre Brooks and Mason Clark got a run, but Tyrese Hall didn't get a run. So he was the one new player that never forward on the pitch. But yeah, let me get this up and going real quick. Let's see if this will play. Let me know if the sound coming through.
Has simultaneous translation available in English, Spanish, and French, and it's very important for you to please raise your hand and wait for the microphone. Simon, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Laura. So we kindly ask you raise your hand, and once you're called upon, then you can pose your question to Goat Speed. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hi, so I just got 3 questions. So we've been hearing that during the first game against New Caledonia, you've changed your team and did not put your full squad. So my question is just to know, was it your full squad or was it just a team to just change? And then obviously I know that you hope that you was going to win that game, but I just need to know if this was going to be your full squad and if it's going to be the squad that we're going to see against Congo.
It was a full squad. That's the same squad that we brought. Those were the players who played in the first game.
If I were him, I'd bundle my home and auto and pick up the real victory. Savings.
Are you talking about bowling?
No. Bundling, Jan. Bundling.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Maybe the best hotel isn't a hotel. Explore journeys. Explore the ocean state of mind.
Next question. Please raise your hand first. Yes, thank you very much. Go ahead.
Hi, hello. Do you think it's the most important game for your country, your selection in the last decade? And what do you expect about the public tomorrow? Thank you.
At this particular time, yes, it's the most important game we're playing. Remember, we had gone to the World Cup before, so I'm assuming that that game to qualify us to the World Cup was very important too. But at this particular time, yes, this is the most important game right now. Jamaica is expectant, and we need to give them something to smile about. So that's what we're all about.
Speed, on Wednesday, I asked you.
Please, let's wait for the microphone. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Speed, on Wednesday, I asked you what you told the team when they first gathered with Guadalajara, and you gave me very much an accountant's answer. Gather the team, give them the information they need, tell them what the expectations are. But you also spoke very eloquently on both Wednesday and Thursday about the history associated with this game, 28 years since Jamaica qualified, and the hurricane, obviously, last year. I'm curious, how do you think about managing the context and the stakes of the match for your players? Do you talk about it with them, or do you try to make it just another match?
No. We'd have spoken, players and ourselves, because that team effort, both the players, coaching staff, and everyone, that this game is of the importance of the game, not just to our country, but also to themselves, personal pride, what they would have liked to achieve in their playing career. So they are aware of all the stakes, and I think they'll give their best come tomorrow.
Hi, Coach. I'm right here. So I have one question for you. You are 9 minutes away from this crucial game against the Congo. What's your team mindset? How will you approach this game? Will it be defensive or will you attack this team too?
So we have 27 players here, and I had a headache trying to decide who was going to play. The team mindset is good. Everybody's in good spirits. They are raring to go.
Hola, de este lado. Coach, preguntarle acerca de cómo se siente el clima en Guadalajara. Han tenido más de una semana de preparación. El día de hoy cae lluvia. ¿Cree que al día de mañana eso pueda ser determinante para poder conseguir un hipotético triunfo?
In terms of climate, particularly here in Guadalajara, it's raining right now. Do you see possibility of weather here in Guadalajara?
I think we would have needed more time. Mexico is a nice place. We have wanted to be here like for a whole month, maybe build a camp for ourselves here. But you know what we had to work with. 2 days before the 4 game, 5 days after. We are just making with what we have. So it doesn't matter, rain or shine. We know what we came to do, and we are going to do our best.
Hi, Coach. Goodbye, and Dieu merci. I just have 2 questions to put you. Don't think that your team has already played versus the Congo team. Do you have an idea about the Congo team? This is the first question. And for the second, what can be the key for your team in order to win versus the RC?
Yeah, we have an idea about the Congo team. I did travel to the African Nations Cup to watch them play personally. Also, we would have seen they have been very active over the past 2 years, and done extremely well. So we know the quality that they bring, and we know what their expectations are. But we ourselves have our expectations too, and we understand that we have to do, and we have to do it.
Coach, early in the year you had 2 scrimmage matches, international friendly matches against Grenada and Martinique. What did you gain from those games that could potentially help you against Congo if you did gain anything from those games?
Those matches were really geared towards playing in Caledonia, not so much.
Yo, I had one, you caught that too? Like, that was something that I definitely heard when he said, I went to go and watch the team play in the African Cup of Nations in person. Man, make sure put in a party. Yeah, man, strays. Pew, pew, pew. Bullets.
But what it did help us was for our coaching staff to be able to be synchronized. So, because as you know, coaching teams, coaching takes up about 20 to 30% of the success. So that was part of that thing where we had to, because the new coaching staff, we had to bring them together. So I think that helped us a lot.
All right, so people, if you guys missed that, the question basically was asked, what from the Grenada and Martinique games would help you for the DR Congo game tomorrow? And basically, Speed said, to be honest, those two games were more preparation for New Caledonia. And he also said that because it's a new coaching staff, he thought it would be good to play those games to get the coaching staffs together. Now, body language is a hell of a thing, because when he's saying it and I'm listening to him, remember that was a point that I had brought up during that time. I was saying, you know, I get it that the coaches would want to have a chance to go through having a game plan, scouting a team, you know, just to see how their things go, you know. Yes, agree, Duke. Like, I don't know. We know who asked the question. All right, let me go back, because I don't think people caught that, Duckland. Let me go back.
Explain New Caledonia.
Martinique. Coach, early in the year you had two.
So that is, I'm pretty sure that's Gario from JFF Live.
Scrimmage matches, well, international friendly matches against Grenada and Martinique. What did you gain from those games that could potentially help you against Congo if you did gain anything from those games?
Those matches were really geared towards playing New Caledonia, not so much Congo. But what it did help us was for our coaching staff to be able to be synchronized. So, because as you know, coaching teams, you know, coaching takes up about 20 to 30% of the success. So that was part of that thing where we had to, because the new coaching staff, we had to bring them together. So I think that helped us a lot.
All right, so he said we had to bring them together. Now, I know that means bring them together remotely, which, look, you brought them together some way, so that's good. But let's not act like you had your coaching staff there. You know what I mean? We know that they weren't really there. But at the end of the day, that's neither here nor there. I just think the body language is funny, because when he said that line, like, his eyes closed for a second and think, because he know, like, somebody out there going to nitpick this, you know. Yeah, but I am that person. Yeah, and I caught the and I had one. It's funny that you caught that as well with the catching strays thing, because when I saw this earlier today, I was like, damn, the way the man said that strong in person was there, you know. It's like bullet.
This coach is a rally because tomorrow is a historical game for both countries. So how do you feel about the Leopard team from the Congo? Are you afraid of the team, or what do you think about the way they play?
If we're afraid of Congo?
Yes.
David versus Goliath, my favorite Bible story.
Question here, I have a question over here. Blessing KKTL. I just in the first press conference with Mr. Sebastian Sabo, the national coach of the DRC. He was so confident and he said defeat is not an option. Do you also think the same for Jamaica?
You want to foul free?
Yeah. Big tune. Actually, like that answer. Hopefully, enough.
Any other questions? One more.
De nuevo cuenta, coach. Preguntarle, ¿veremos algunos diferente al que vimos contra Nueva Caledonia? ¿Podremos ver a Leon Bailey como titular en el partido de mañana?
It's possible.
Yo, I would like the lock off. I lock the light lock off on them. That reached them a while ago. Yo, people, I don't know what's going on, but Speed definitely like was trying to hit them with some one-liners, you know, trying to use like you know, it's a sarcasm, very much a sarcasm based answers some of the time. At other times serious answers that were good, you know. So yeah, I feel the same way. It wasn't, look, if as far as interviews of Jamaican coaches go, the last question was basically like, you know, you didn't start players like Bailey the first game and others, you know, is there a chance that, you know, we see a lot of changes or, you know, some certain changes in the next game? And he said it's possible, you know. Basically just wanted to know, like, we saw the team that started the last game. We know he didn't really play like all the players you could have started that sometimes would have started. Do you plan on playing some of those players? Basically along those lines, you know? And him just say it's possible. So everybody thought that was funny that he had such a short, quick answer right there. Yeah, man, David and Goliath, you know? Yeah, but, you know, Speed, obviously, you can see that he has a penchant for, you know, like trying to have a moment, you know, in the press conference. Not even trying. I don't even think it's really contrived. I think that's really like his instinct in those moments to try to, you know, break the ice a bit at times, which is not a bad quality, because sometimes you have to kind of have that when you're talking to a room, you know, a way to break that tension in a way. And that's a good way to do that. Laughter is always a good way to do that. So I don't really, I think I probably, my default as well in those moments sometimes is to try to get a laugh. So I kind of understand where that is coming from, to be honest. Where's the Speed keeping them guessing? Well, you know, some people study a book called The Art of War, you know, and yeah, sometimes you have to do that. Don't show your hand. Big up Pristine Wagwan. Respect for the membership, you know. Legendary. Yeah, man, bless up. Yeah, people. So listen, I just wanted to show that because I thought it was interesting when I saw it today. Of course, we did see the players talk as well before the game. You know, usual player speak, you know, we have to do this one. It's all or nothing, you know. I mean, not really worth showing again. But I did want to hear that press conference because I thought one thing that was interesting to me was Speed's demeanor. You know, we can say anything we want to say about Speed, but I don't think, like, you know, to me, he's not allowing the moment to change him. You know, like, he was his authentic self up there on that podium today. And yeah, I mean, you can see that he's the type of person that has definitely come from like a corporate environment in his career. Because, like I said, he's able to still carry himself off the same in that setting. Obviously, a little more polished in his speech and his delivery, but at the same time, you see his personality as well. So that's something that you can't take away from him. And I think if he's able to do that in front of that room, I would like to think when he's speaking and addressing the team, he could similarly pull on those characteristics to try to at least galvanize them in a way. So you know, maybe let's see. I didn't hate everything about the press conference. Certain things I think he could have maybe elaborated on some things, but again, maybe he, as Duckland said here, is just keeping them guessing. He knows the minute he starts to open up a door, maybe, you know, he might say more than he wants to say. So he's just holding his cards close to the vest. Him come off likable. Well, look, Brahma, remember, you know, the people that he's speaking to, generally those in that room, the wider audience, they don't know him. So that's what they'll know, you know, is we really know all the other things that goes on in the whole Jamaican football stuff, you know, and because of that, we might have a certain opinion of him already. Speed gives good interviews, arguably our best media savvy coach ever. He has personality which wane on the spectrum of villain to hero. Yeah, he's a very polarizing figure, you know. People either love him or they hate him. That's definitely the truth. But yeah, I thought it wasn't bad, people. I thought it wasn't bad. All right, so look, without further ado, you know, people, we know why you're here, you know, people. We're here because they know Jason Gooner going to break it down the proper way. So yeah, man, the element of surprise is one of our biggest weapons, so we have to use it. Well, Duckland, when you said that, should I even do this tactical preview then? Like, am I taking the surprise away? Because I'm telling you what the team going to be right now, you know. Coach says he's not sharing anything because opponents are watching. Yeah, look, it's a wonder I might get a page soon. I say, yo, stop getting so detailed, you know. Stop getting so detailed. Duke, I got 27 minutes into the video and the first why. I think that might be a new record for me and the channel, people. Usually I've gotten at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 whys at this point. So I don't know what to say, if that's an improvement or what. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Duke is being too lenient today. I don't know. But I think that's good for me. 28 minutes into the video, first one. That's not bad. I kind of don't blame him. Yeah, I mean, the alternative is tell them everything that you're going to do and then them can plan for it better, you know? So obviously, if that's the alternative, then no, don't say anything more than you need to say. All I know, if the Reggae Boys get the win tomorrow, them can't chat to Speed, you know? Yeah, I mean, who can chat to him if them win tomorrow? Who can chat to him? If them win tomorrow, who can chat to him? Nobody can chat to him. I mean, I want to chat to him if he win tomorrow. All I'm going to say is, well done. Yeah, I'm going to chat to him. I'm going to say, well done. We say them can't plan again. That's true, man. Because them gone to them, what time now? No, they're behind us. So it's about 9-10 right now. Yeah, man, them not put in none. Them not train again tomorrow. Yeah, what a rotted. If we get some footage out of the Congo team meeting tomorrow, and you just see the thumbnail in the background and my tactical pad and them show things. But you would have feel horrible. But that not gonna happen, right? But I stay positive. Them not gonna see this. Them not gonna see this. Me not do the numbers like the rest of my co-worker them, you know? So nobody not see this. You can't even talk to him if him lose. So whereas if he hey, one, you're not lying. Because they will turn losses into victories. Because some of his supporters will tell you, like, look at how they played Inter Miami in the first leg. You know, so perspective is a hell of a thing. I had one. All right, so people, are ready? Let's get something that is near and dear to my heart on the screen, people, and that's the tactical board, where the magic happens, you know. Let's get the tactical pad up and gunning. So I have the two nations lined up. Oh, why is it doing this today now? Sure. Yesterday it wasn't doing it, you know, people. All right, hold on. I'm gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out. You know why? Okay, I think I know. No, I don't think that's it. Okay. Share screen. Yeah, but why is it doing that? All right, let's try this. Quit. Hold on, people. We're gonna get it up and running. Just go and like the video in the meantime. I'm trying to make sure that we can provide this to you with the best possible. You know, I want it to be proper, people. So let's reload the tactical pod. I have a feeling I know why it's doing that. All right, so we should be good to go. We should be good to go, people. All right, here's the moment of truth. It's Jason Gooner, the host, the producer, everything. We're gonna find out. We'll find out right now. Okay, so I think we're good to go, people. Let me know if that is large on your screen or not. Okay, so all right, so I have to keep it like this. Cool. So you can see that though. If we work around the foolishness, people, don't worry. I have a plan. I have a plan for this thing, guys. We're gonna act up. All right, cool. So good to go now. Bless up Apache. We're there. All right, so I want to say, people, let me know in the comment section. You want me to do Jamaica 11 first or show you what I think Congo going to run out with first? I'll put the 11 up on the screen, then I'm going to discuss the key players and those things, right? So let me know in the comment section, people. Do you have a preference which team I put out there first? Let me know in the comment section. Fabio Frano said, word coming from the camp is that the boys are positive and they believe. All right, I had one say Congo first. All right. Joseph Brown said Jamaica first. Duclan said Congo first. Apache said Congo first. All right, the first 10 votes. I'll go that way there. So far, Congo in the lead. Another one said Congo. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more Congo in, and that's seal it, you know. Big up yourself, Joseph Brown. All right, Fabi. So that's 5. All right. So I had a feeling the crowd was going to say that. So I had Congo ready to go. All right. So first and foremost, I think the 3 goalkeepers are Mpasi, Faulu, and Epolo. Now, Epolo is a youngster. He's the highest valued keeper of the 3. But I think of the 3 that are in the squad now, Mpasi is the one that has played the most minutes in the World Cup qualifiers themselves. And I don't see De Sabre making the change in this crucial last game. So I think Mpase will be in between the sticks for Congo in this game. So we'll put Mpase in the goal. All right. Now, the center backs, I know one for sure. Chancel Mbemba, the leader of the team, captain, center back, quite a number of games for the Congo team in his career. And he's one that I think will definitely get the start, right? No worry, Joseph Brown. We'll get there. I'm just gonna show you Congo. I think Congo will play a 4-3-3 or 4-1-4-1, depending on how them really line up on the pitch. But I think it's gonna look more like a 4-3-3. But Mbemba will be on the back line. Now, I think Twanzebe, many have said, and it is true, he hasn't played since I think early February in the Premier League, been out injured. But I think the fact that he was called, I think the fact that he started the game against Bermuda the other day behind closed doors, I think that was all gearing towards him pushing himself to start this game. And with that being their strongest centre-back pairing, I believe with no tomorrow after this, you know, anybody who's on the fence to play this game will be getting the go ahead to play. And I think Tuanzebe falls in that boat. So I think that will be the back line right there. Chancellor Mbemba and Axel Tuanzebe. So very strong. Mbemba is what, 31 years of age now, maybe past his best in terms of speed and pace, but definitely still strong, competent player as well. Tuanzebe, I think, you know, if we're looking at it, even though Mbemba is the older defender, the fact that Tuanzebe has not been playing right now as frequently, we don't know if the injury is 100% totally. You know, you'd love to see us try to isolate him if we can and really test him, you know. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves as far as how to beat this team. We're just going to show you the team first. Now, right back, I think that's probably the easiest selection of the day, along with Mbemba, and that is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now, everybody would know this player, obviously. Manchester United, previously now at West Ham, one of the better 1v1 defenders in the Premier League. Wan-Bissaka definitely will be out there on the right back position. Now, left back is, I think, one of the more difficult ones to kind of diagnose. And I think I've made a mistake here. Hold on. This player needs to be... Sorry, I'm doing this right now, but it's going to bother me. Number 14 is Masuaku. And Kakira is a right back. All right, cool. So I have that. So for me, it's between Kayembe and Masuaku for that right back position. Yours, Kayembe plays at Genk in the Belgian Pro League. Masuaku now at RC Lens on loan from Sunderland. Of course, Masuaku you would know for a long time playing at West Ham in the Premier League. But Kayembe, you know, the ages are pretty similar. Masuaku, you know, early 30s, I think 32. Kayembe 31. So there's no real much difference there. I think they're both attacking-minded left backs. So not much difference there. The slight edge maybe I would give Masuaku is that he gives you an extra player from set pieces to use because he is deadly from set pieces, whether it be crosses or even direct free kicks to goal. He's a very good set piece taker. So with that being said, and this being a game that could come down to moments, I give the slight edge at left back right now to Masuaku. But it could go either way, people. It could go either way. I'm going to say Arthur Masuaku gets the run out though. Kayembe does have match fitness on his side, so they could lean that way as well. But I just have a feeling that the coach is going to go with whichever ones are the more seasoned campaigners, and that would have to go down to Masuaku for me. So again, don't be shocked if it's Kayembe, but that was one that I really grappled with for a couple of days now, trying to figure out who I was going to put there. Mutusami, I think, will sit in that midfield. I think there is a chance as well that Charles Piquel gets the run because Mutusami is coming off of a little knock that he picked up in, I think, the second to last game his team would have played before the window. But I do believe that Mutusami has traveled and he would have been, you know, he'd have to have basically a broken leg not to play this game. So I think Mutusami will be in that midfield. I also think Noah Sadiki will start as well, the Sunderland midfielder. He'll be in that midfield 3. And also the other player in that midfield that I believe it's going to be is Mukau, the player from Lille. I think he will start in that midfield as well. Now, again, Piquel is another player that could play that role instead. I think if one of these 3 midfielders is to not start, I think Charles Piquel would be the player that would step into the starting lineup. Now, where it gets tricky is up in the attacking areas. Now, we know we have the likes of Johan Wissa. We have Bakambu. I think probably is the one of the positions I think is nailed on. I think Cedric Bakambu has proven in the qualifying campaign to be their most potent striker, at least from the start of matches. So I think Bakambu will get a starting run out in this team up front. So Cedric Bakambu. Now the wide players is where it gets very, very tricky. Now on the right, I think the main players that are in contention to start are Theo Banganda playing at Spartak Moscow. Then you have Mishak Elia as well. He could be an option down that right-hand side. Mbuku has an outside shot to start, but I don't think they will give him the start in this crucial matchup. So I really think it comes down to the more experienced likes of Banganda and Elia. I know he's coming back, not really having the greatest of seasons for Newcastle, but Wissa has been crucial throughout this campaign and he's fit. So I think he will start off the left in this one. And then for me, I think the coach is going to go for a little bit more of that quality on that left foot strike cutting in. So I'm going to say Banganda will be the player to start on that right-hand side. So people, let me know if you think this squad right here has what it takes to get the better of us. Good balance in the team. I think when you look at it, maybe something you could level at them is where's the creativity from midfield going to come from. I happen to think that Muka is a player that could provide that, a progressive type thinking player. Sadiki as well is not a type of player that just wants to play side to side. But I don't know if either of them are the most creative, right? Sadiki definitely more of a worker type midfielder. Muka has that type of quality, so we'll see if he'll be able to bring it out against Jamaica. But this is what I think they'll go with. Honestly, I think they'll go with the more seasoned campaigners for the most part. And wherever there's a choice to be made between two, like in the case of Masuaku, I think he's going to go for the ones that maybe have more caps, more experience with the national team. So yeah, that's my reasoning behind this 11 for Congo. So I'm checking with the comment section. I don't think that's a strength for keeper sound stuff. Those wing back will push for sure. Bless up Jeremy Lee Wago and Campbell could become important. So activity say up full. Nick Chasing Spirit say wing press. All right. So that is the DR Congo starting 11. My predicted starting 11 for Sebastian De Sabre. And that leaves some very good options off the bench as well. Grady Diangana, Mbuku, Kayembe, Mishak Elia, Charles Piquel, Fiston, Mayele. They have some good players there. Bansa as well if they want to go for a bigger target option up front. So they'll have quite a few players that they could maybe call on to get this one done. So yeah, that's what I think that the coach will go with from the start tomorrow. Any Congolese supporters in the comment section, let me know how close you think I have it there. All right, so a lot has been said about the formation that you would like. What I want to ask the comment section before I give you the predicted 11 for Jamaica, right? Yo, Swamptivity, a real talk here, Mick? Come on, guys. I can't do with that. I go back to the small screen then. Small tactical pad phone. When I get the small tactical pad. Why? Why it have to look so? Well, Sebastian De Sabre, I think what I can say about their coach is he's a coach that seems to like his way. I don't think he's a coach that necessarily like forces whatever his style is on his players. I think he's a coach that definitely has tried to find a system that suits the skill set of the players he has. I don't think Congo is the type of team that need to necessarily have the ball a lot. When you look at like the majority of the games they played in their qualifiers, for example, like a lot of the games, even against the teams that they're so-called favorites against, it's usually in the 50s for the possession. So that just goes to show that maybe, their idea of what they need to do to really have effective games is different from some other teams. And I think, in ways, when we watch this game tomorrow, it's going to be like Jamaica looking at themselves in the mirror. Now, of course, that is a I'm saying the Jamaica on its better days, right? Because honestly, if we look at some of Jamaica's performances, I don't think it's fair to say that Congo is like us. But I think on our better days, on our better performances, we can look a lot like how Congo looks. And I think the main thing I say about their coach is that, like I said, he is willing to create a system around the qualities of his players, right? And while I think they do have a technical ability to play out, they also understand that where their attackers are concerned, getting them in situations where they can run at the opponent's defense and maybe not coming from such a ball possession type of attack, transitions, and this might sound like what you hear from Jamaican fans and coaches and everything, quick transitions to get their attacking players into situations, 3v2s, 2v2s, 3v3s, to utilize the pace and the quality to try to get around defenses. So I think their coach is a coach that, like I said, has built a system around what he thinks their qualities are. So yeah, and I think he knows that if he can get Bakambu in space, Wissa in space, Manganda in space, the likes of Sadiki and Mukar kind of filling in those spaces that they vacate when they make their runs. Because one thing that I think is a key for Congo, just based on a lot of the games that I've watched and highlights I've watched of Congo, is the movement of Bakambu up front. Bakambu is the type of striker that, will create just as much opportunities in a match as for himself, just on the basis that he makes runs into areas when he receives the ball. It's really on him to create the opportunity, right? He's a willing runner, meaning he will run from corner flag to corner flag. And it shows in some of the goals they have scored. And what Congo do a really good job of doing is once he makes those runs and vacates those central areas, they fill them in with the other players. And a few of their goals came from goals of that nature. So yeah, that's something that we're going to have to definitely talk about in the keys for Jamaica. But before we get to any more keys or anything, people, you guys have to do the right thing and hit the like button. It's very unacceptable that is so many of you in here and we're on 59 likes right now, people. So stop what you're doing, people, and locate the like button and hit it. All right, locate the like button and hit it. I'm gonna star all these lineups that I see coming in, because what I want to do is revisit them. And I'm gonna put them on screen and let the people vote on the team. All right. But let me read some comments. How do I think Congo will approach? I think I kind of answered that in my answer to this. I think that Congo is going to stick true to their guns. They're going to, possess the ball at moments, but I think their main thing is going to be to, keep it organized, keep it solid. They're gonna not rely so much on going direct. I think they will go long when they see a numerical advantage to win a knock-on or something like that. But for the most part, they will be willing to play around the back line and into the midfield and try to have the likes of Banganda combined with Mukar or Sadiki and try to progress the ball that way. That's one difference that I see with DRC that I don't see with Jamaica sometimes, just the willingness to have a bit more patience around the back line and really, entice the other team to get out, to give them those spaces that they really want to attack in the first place. I think Jamaica at times just, are too quick to pull that trigger when maybe another cycling of the football would make that space for that trigger diagonal pass much larger, right? Just a little more patient sometimes. So I think Congo will try to approach it how they approach most of the games they play. Keep it solid, keep it tight, and when they see openings, really attack them, right? I think Congo, one of the things that scared me about the New Caledonia performance going into this Congo game is when New Caledonia was able to beat our pressure with passing and get it into midfield and turn in with space in front of them, the quality of the runs of Congo and the passing in terms of, even if it's just, Banganda coming short and then whipping run around the corner to someone, or Bakambu making a run into such a large space that the pass doesn't have to be perfect. He's going to run it down, turn, and he'll have some time to do some damage. So I think they're going to try to play the same approach as normal. And, you know, it's going to be on Jamaica to just make sure that they're tactically sound and, you know, not give the looks that I think Congo will be looking for. And that's for Jamaica to maybe vacate space when they don't need to. And we saw some of that in the New Caledonia game, which I don't think was punished. I think this team has the quality to punish those things. We will need a player that willing to take in the Congo defense. They are more defensively sound. Take on the Congo defense. They are more defensively sound. Chances will be few. Being clinical will be essential for us. JB, that's so true. We have to be clinical in front of goal. I think Tyrese Campbell should start at left wing. Reason why? He can get them on the counter, especially when Wan-Bissaka is out of position like he always does. Just that magical pass that Palmer has. Yeah, Jam J, that's something that I'm looking for as well, that pass, right? So I think in my predicted 11, you have just let out one of my players. I think I'm going to put in there, Jam J. This will draw and go to penalties. A player like Ravel would be key. But since we don't have him there, I think Casey Palmer giving a free roll will prove valuable. Yeah, I do think so. I do think so, Joseph Brown. As in fact, that's a good segue into Jamaica starting 11. Really want to see what Hall can do. But Swamptivity, I think the chance to see what he can do would have been the first game. You know, like, can we really give him a chance to just see what he can do in a one-off? You know, I don't know. All right, so let me unstar all of them comment here. I think Banga clean it up and just send one. So I'm going to star the one. As I said, I'm going to throw up everybody line up or put line up, you know, at some point. The Patrice M statue fan will not be in Guadalajara. Really? Yo, but somebody on the ground tell me that he is there. So I don't know. But I'm going to tell you about the telephone game in a life, you know, man. Well, say, and Andre, we trust. Yeah, he's proven in penalty shootouts to be very good still. Tomorrow, every player should be going their job, attack and defending and attacking. Yeah, man, everybody should be on job, my boy. Parlay picks, big up yourself, you know. Thanks for the super chat. Says Congo is going to high press us to force us to play long. King can't start this game, please, because he can't handle these games. Well, Parlay picks, just close your eyes when you predicted 11 forward, because again, it's a predicted 11. I don't predict speed to drop King. Also, I saw in the NC game, they got our press. They got out our press and traps way too easily. Agreed. We didn't close down well. We are too reactive. Yeah, that goes into one of my keys as well in today's game. Boy, you're really letting me segue well, JB, like you're the co-host. 442 Diamond, says Dan Dada. All right. Dan Dada, drop your squad so we can star it. We can go back to it later and put it on the screen. We need a dancehall party with a mariachi band outside the DR Congo Hotel from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. You see it. True, he will not be there. Okay, so that's another one corroborating. Bobby needs to get his mind right. Played well, but missed his chances. He was denied a last-minute visa via Nairobi, Kenya. Jaja. Well, I guess score one for us. You know, that's a good omen, you know. Them say he's like a force in that crowd. Oh, the poll is heating up, people. 185 votes. We have 37% Congo, 63% Jamaica. So, wow. Looks like the Congolese are tuning in and voting now. All right, let's see. DRC victory is guaranteed in the name of Jesus. Proudly Congolese Leopards. La victory est certain en nom puissant de Jesus. I think I just butchered French, but that was my attempt. Safari Rombe, big up yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Drop a link, drop a link. Yeah, man them there, bro. Man them there. Check out me, 11 Jason. Yeah, man, I'm going to put it on the screen, man. Anybody who want to drop them 11, drop it now. I'm going to let the fans vote on your 11s in due time. But people, let's get right now to the, yo, Grammy, no link no there, father. No link no there, my father. Use Man City lineup 4-2-4. That's how we win Arsenal. So Cairo, let us transfer in the Man City players and I'll do it. our players better be ready. All right, Joseph Brown drop female 11. All right, bing, bang, boom, bang. Start it. So we're going to go around. Yeah, man, I know you know want to link, man. Chat. Our players better be ready to run through a wall because they'll be tired due to altitude. That is true. No defender should be thinking he is the center forward like King in the previous game. DJ Giggs, you're so right. But listen, everybody, I am sorry to tell you, but this man is going to be playing in the game, you know, people. And you know which man I'm talking about, you know, people. He will be playing, all right? I can tell you, he will be playing. So Leopards, look what the team what speed I put out, mashing up tomorrow now. All right, so we have in goal, I think this is the easiest pick, Andre Blake. So Andre Blake is in the goal. Yo, man, I wonder why. Hold on, people, this is bother me. I like this. I don't like the way this is. How do you? Yeah, I like that more. Even though now we might need that, you know, cause it make you kind of see it better, don't? All right, hold on. I could just put it back and just put this one. Yeah, we might need to change the color. All right, let's see how it look. All right, so Blake in goal. Blakey in goal, Capo. Look, I think the back line is actually going to stay the same, people. And again, this is my predicted 11. Let me make a slight adjustment here to the color. I think the black will show up much better. Yeah, so Pinnock, I think he will be the left center back. I think King will be the right center back. So I can beat speed from now, because I know a lot of you don't want to see King there, including myself. But I think he's going to play people. Now, I think the left back is going to be a tricky one as well, but I do think that speed is going to stick with Webster because he had a good performance in the first game. Some might disagree with that, but I think that's what speed is going to do. And I think at the right back, I think he's going to bring back in Ian Frey and drop Latibo there for this one. So I have a feeling that's what he's going to do. He's going to want the height. Think he thinks one of the keys that I have in this game. I think he thinks Frey can help with that with his size. So I think for those reasons, you're going to see this team start the game as a back four. All right. Now into midfield, people. Some people probably not going to like this, but I think he's going to play Hayden again as one of the pivots. I think the other pivot is a crucial selection. Some people want Tyrese Hall to get a run out. Some say Anderson should just keep his place. I don't think many would want Latibo there to go into midfield. Other than those two, you know, we've heard Casey Palmer could play there as well. Bobby Reed could play deeper as well. But honestly, I just feel like he's going to want to go with who would provide the most steal out of all of them. And I don't think he's planning on playing Damian Lowe in midfield. So I think he's going to go back with Karai Anderson. That's just my thought on it. Now, this might be a shock to some, but I think he's going to actually start Casey Palmer as the number 10 in this one. We saw Andre Brooks start there. He was pulled at halftime. I don't think he's going to go back for him in that role. I think if Brooks plays, he'll probably play more off the right-hand side. But I think that he's going to go for I think he's going to go back for Mason Clark on the left. And Campbell on the right. And he's going to go back with Kadam Archery. I think he's going to make a few changes. But other than that, I think he's going to keep the same team that started in the first game. So let me know what you guys think about my predicted 11 in the comment section. What you guys think I have missed the mark with, what you're unhappy with. Let me know all the above in the comment section, my people. So I'm gonna leave that on the screen so people can see it again. This is the predicted 11 for both teams for tomorrow. So in goal I have Andre Blake, Richard King, Ethan Pinnock on the back line with Webster at left back, Ian Frey at right back, Anderson and Hayden as a double pivot in midfield. We have Casey Palmer playing central attacking midfielder, number 10. Mason Clark playing on the left. Tyrese Campbell on the right. And Bailey Kadamatri on the up front playing center forward. So that's what I think Rudolph Speed is going to use tomorrow. I don't see him changing formation to like a, three at the back or anything like that. I don't see him going for that tomorrow. So yeah, I think this is what we are going to see. And you guys let me know what you think about that. I see people dropping their lineups, so I'm gonna keep on dropping. Grammy, may I beg you, I try to start the entire lineup, me G. Oh, but you just did I say who you think them are gonna play. Blake, Pinnock, Bell, Webster, Latti. Well, I love if them do that because okay, so you say 2 left foot center back. Fuck it. So it goes sometime. And Joe guy Samuel Pululu say win for DRC. Conrad say here come the Leopards. Your baller king. My baller. Gigs want to start wait name there. Look how much man have king as them baller and you want to have me as the person who say I'm a my baller. Look how much people out there really have king as them baller. And the man say me are the man who say I'm my baller. Come on, bro. Give the people them, the real people them credit, man. All right, done that. I'm gonna get your team. Andre Robbie. Why not King at right back? Enforce it enough. Put this 15 at center back. Very smart player. Yeah. Look, I was considering to put Latibody at center back with Pinnock. But I just know that this man now go move King, brother. I just know it. Apart say if him start King over Lati, we done. CFAS. I had one say. Bangagita 9. Bomba that 11 cannot win with this game, say Andre Robbie. Where is CFAS General? Leon Bailey. I had one say I wasn't sold on the new guys. He'll make about 4 changes, say Franklin Young. Nick said no, so that need more control. King does have a mistake in him, that is true. But I if King is the hero tomorrow. Gigs like I say, my ball I win it for you. Yeah, man, Casey have to play, man. That's one thing when I agree with Speed predicted 11, you know? Casey, I'd have put Casey in the team too. All right, so let's take a look though at the let's take a look at it, people. Let's take a look at it. So if this is indeed the starting 11, I think what the key is gonna be is this man right here, King, in positioning, he's gonna have to make sure that, you know, even when we have the ball and we're in the other team's general area, let me get rid of this ball for a minute. How can I? Tools, erase the ball. No. Item. Put it back in here. So yeah, that's your ball. Yeah, send it off my screen. That's it. That was easy enough. All right, yeah. So let's say we're kind of on a bit of an attack. You know, we're a bit pushed up the field. They are pressing us. You know, we're trying to get out. Right. Now, one thing that I noticed with King in the last game, and it's quite annoying. You know, King have this tendency, if the field is looking like this at the time, right? Let's just say it's looking like something like this. Now we need a ball. So King have the ball here. Bakambu, Wissa, we have people. Everybody there everywhere. They're a bit pushed up. All right, so if King is in a situation like this where Bakambu coming to close him down and him see all of this space right there between him and Anderson, instead of just playing this pass, which could then open up this pass and move the ball forward, King has a tendency to want to take the ball into any open space in front of him, which has a tendency to close down passing lanes, cause teams to shift and get much more compact because they're not moving the ball. It's a lot easier for a team to get back its shape if the ball is not moving, right? And I think sometimes the extra touches and, you know, going into areas where you see openings, I think teams that scout Jamaica would have probably known that this is how he plays, because it just seems to me, and I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but when King is playing, he's always the one that has enough time. You see them try to close down Pinnock a bit faster. Everybody else pretty much them try to close down King. It's almost like they dare King to have the ball, you know, give him a little bit of space to kind of, you know, get himself into trouble, basically, for lack of a better word. So I think Richard King, you know, obviously he must have some talent because he's gotten a move to Scotland. He's playing, you know, not, you know, at one point regularly this season, maybe lost a bit of his place lately, but you know, there must be a decent enough footballer in there. I think it's just his attitude that needs cleaning up. You know, he needs to just realize that, you know, whatever he has in his mind as the right thing to do might not be the best thing every time. You know, and if somebody's talking to him, it doesn't have to always be a flash off and a, you know, a gesticulation as if, you know, who you talk to, or, you know, those communication have to be able to happen without the players talking to you thinking you're going to flash them off or, you know, bat them up or something like that. Richard King, I think, as I said, you know, most people, I'm sure, I won't even say most, but a lot of people who have started to put their lineup on the screen, haven't had Richard King in their lineup. And if they don't, if anybody doesn't have King in the starting lineup, I can't really argue, because, you know, he had a few too many plays that caused you to scratch your head in the first game. You know, it all stemmed from a lack of positional discipline. And I think that is a good segue into the first key for me for Jamaica to win this football match. Once I get through the keys, then I will start to look at the starred comments in the comment section, and we'll get those teams on the screen so that people can vote, and everybody team that submit some team. All right. So let me just get to real quick let's get this off the screen for now. Let me just get through this real quick. And we'll go so. All right, so Duke drew his team on there. See, make sure I don't miss any. Bangam soon pull it up. All right, so first key to victory, people. First key to victory for me, I would have to say, Jamaica have to do a much better job of having a better rest defense. Now, obviously rest defense is a term that's kind of like a newish type of term that people started saying a few years ago. But really and truly, what it means is, how well organized are you when you're not defending, basically, just to simplify it. So let's say you're in the attacking third, you have the ball. How well are you set up for immediately after you lose the ball? And I think that's something that Jamaica struggle with at times, and I think it just stems from a lack of positional discipline. So, those two things to me are keys for Jamaica. We have to have that positional discipline in every position, right? And we have to make sure that our rest defense at all times is looking sturdy. Because I'm telling you, people, some of the opportunities, some of the looks that we gave New Caledonia with the team we're gonna play. You can say what you want about the players who play up front, not playing all the games for their clubs and all these things. Just look at some highlights of these players playing and the speed with which they can connect passes and run at speed at defenses. If we give them openings that look even half open, they're going to probably get through them and cause problems to our goalkeeper and the whole area, the back line, period. So, yeah, so I think the rest defense, crucial. And a crucial part of that to me is keeping that positional discipline. Look, there's no reason, if Richard King has to wander once we attack and he's involved, because it looks like that's what he does, If he's the one that plays it out to the back and breaks the line, he likes to go back and try to maybe receive a wall pass and continue, right? So if he's going to do that, all I ask of Jamaica is to fill in for him when he's gone. What was happening in the last game, and I'll show you tactically, because I think it's probably a better way to like really show what I'm talking about. So let me get the board back up real quick. So what was happening, King would, roam into these areas, at this point we're in some kind of attack, so the players are advanced, right? Of course, the players might be a little different from what it was in the first game, but you know the drill. Hayden. All right, let's say Mason Clark have the ball out here. So Anderson's up the pitch. Kadamatri. And we're on the half line. Now this was Latiba there in the first game, but King during this is probably somewhere in here, right? Looking to get into the box. And what was happening was Latiba there, instead of staying kind of more on the right back side of things, he didn't want to leave all this space here. At times, even Webster was gone. So I saw Hayden would try to kind of occupy a space like this if he saw what was going on. But at times, it was just these two players. Literally. And even at 1-0 in the second half, I remember a play, they played a ball like basically from defense, they cleared it directly up the middle. And it was a foot race between two players to try to get to that ball because King is playing attacking midfield. So I think the key, if King is going to start and carry on the same behavior, Hayden is going to have to immediately just drop. Just drop and sit. That way it keeps the right back at his area, right? I'm not leaving huge spaces on that side that's being vacated by King, right? So again, it's kind of sad that we have to be here, coming up with ways to set up the team to not worry about a man running out of the back line. But I mean, if he's gonna play, which I just don't see speed dropping him, then we have to account for how we can make up for that. And I think, the discipline of Hayden is going to come in crucial to that, because I think he's going to have to basically form the back line with Pinnock when King goes on those moves. And I notice I say when, because it's going to happen at some point. Trust me. Yes, I will say definitely for me, rest defense, positional discipline. Number 2, too often we saw it at the Curacao game in the stadium, we saw it in the New Caledonia game even as well. we saw it in Curacao for that 2-0 loss. Jamaica too often need 6-7 chances to get 1 goal. And I think with how stingy that this team is, especially from open play, if we do happen to carve open some opportunities, we need to ensure that we're making the goalkeeper work at the very least. I think too often, like I said, we get into good areas, good positions, decent enough entries, and they don't end often enough in a shot on target or even a shot period. You know, it breaks down before we can get to that point. And I think we're just going to have to be much more clinical, not only in front of the goal, but also in those situations right before you take the shot. You know, taking the care on the pass. If you're setting someone, just have the right weight on it for the player to really just hit it one time. Little things like that we need to make sure that we're on top of, because I think we need to be clinical in this game. I don't see DR Congo giving up, 5-6 chances in this game. It's going to be more like a 2-3 chance type of game. So we need to make sure, if we want to win this game, that we are clinical. All we need is one, especially if it's 0-0 at the time. And then we can go from there. But I just feel like I don't want to look back at this game and feel how I felt in the Curacao game when I say, okay, we played like crap, yes. Blake came up with some good saves and they were a little wasteful on a few, yes. But in the end, we had enough chances to win the game. I don't want to look back and say, boy, if we were just clinical, we're going World Cup. I just don't want it to be that. Listen, we're going easy on King. Oh boy. Anytime Katie don't play, we either draw or lose. Casey. 3-5-2, me here, But I don't know if they're gonna do it. I hope when we win, the Prime Minister give us a public holiday like what PJ Patterson did though. They say ready for whatever that be. Probably give it for Wednesday, the next day. We need some Cybertruck dudes, Palmer, Cephas, Low. Yeah, man, Casey. Mad Max Thunderdome things. Andre said Palmer, Cephas, Low, and Bailey. What happened to Holgate? Holgate wasn't selected. Karai was so poor, so I had one. Holgate is Jamaica best CB. All right, Duke, I have that highlighted. I soon put it up. King combination with Pinot not working, says Andre Robbie. King of the next Van Dyke. Watch him rise through the ranks to the top of England. Watch and see. Bombard. Yo, one thing with Ozzy, the man can't say nothing like normal, the man have to go overboard. The man called Van Dyke name. King cannot play with Pinnock. Well, tell that to Speed, because he keep putting them together. Well, not keep, but him putting them together again. Bless up, Jason. Check. Big up yourself, Float. King works with Low, in my opinion, says I had one. Them never call Holgate. I don't know why, brother. Don't know why. I don't think he ever gave an explanation for Holgate omission, but I can only imagine it's due to like just not having the most games, King should be allowed a free role in that defense so he can go forward and a midfielder cover him because he will score. Jeez and peas. I was not mad at Low in midfield. Says I had one tactics, bro. Let's hear it. The Shane say, yo, run the tactics, you. To your wait, pan. Respect Africans. Gonna fire the manager to royal card. No dunce ballers to my thing. No disrespect. But that term is good for King and Sifa. So them can't start in my team, says JB. A DJ Gig him go score versus Curacao, And he was a threat to them all game. Or him score versus Curacao, Plus he wasn't. He wanted bad. What do you mean score against Curacao? We never score no goal against Curacao in none of the game them. Jason, you don't think a coach can can jig a style of play so it suits the player's natural instinct, especially if it's useful. Absolutely. That's what good coaches do. That's what good coaches do. They'll look at the players, assess them strengths, and come up with a style that fits those. You know, the collective. I notice that they both don't get the importance of doing the simple things in football. Am I gonna rise in a Europe like Van Dijk? All right, we saw that already. He just I tell you again. Facts, they only want to glorify themselves in a very team-oriented game. If we know King has to go forward, why not just cover him? Yeah, that's what I said as well. Just, you know, Hayden have to be the one to just say he's a centre back by trade as well in his career, so he can just drop back and just sit, you know, and let King do his madness. Jamrock said, no King in the defense. All right, I'm save your squad, Jamrock. I'll put that up too. Clinical isn't our strong suit, I know, but damn, we need to be this one game. Just give me one game of it, no man. Why they keep doing the long throwing? Well, Jay Reid, it's funny you mentioned that, Jay Reid, because I was about to say a next key for me in this game is actually coming from a real gooner. I believe set pieces are going to be crucial. If you look at some of the goals they conceded, which aren't many in the World Cup qualifiers, a lot of them, a high percentage of them, even at AFCON as well, were from set pieces, people. So I think that even though they're a big side physically for the most part, most of their players, especially the two centre backs, are really big. They are susceptible to set pieces, and I think their goalkeeper as well does not look so convincing on crosses, period. So I know that this game we'll want to, you know, not let them outrun us in the midfield, but we're gonna have to find a way to get some width in the attack at times, because I think crosses, I think you know, getting set pieces, whether that's taking on people and getting fouled, or just making sure that we're making angles and crosses to make it difficult to clear without going out for a corner. But we're gonna have to take advantage of those set pieces. I do think that, as I said, we can target those in swingers towards that goalkeeper and Passy. He's not the most physically imposing keeper. You know, most of these calf keepers are usually like 6'10" and look like giants, but Passy is not one of those. He's a bit more average height for a goalkeeper, like 6'1", 6'2" type of thing. So, and you know, he doesn't look the strongest on those crosses, having to punch or parry. You know, once he put bodies around him, he doesn't like that either. So, you know, if they can take a page out of the Gunners book in those instances, make sure you set up corner kick, set plays that influence the goalkeeper's movement in and around the 6-yard box. So whether that's just putting a player to just stand there and try to shield him, you know, obviously legally, or it means just making all your runs towards the goal mouth area and just creating chaos in there. That could be another tactic I see using. Casey Palmer, we know, can deliver well. I think also he's going to go with Webster again, who we know has the in-swinger from the other side. So that's going to be a big key to the game for me. A must do is that the Reggae Boyz must take advantage of the set pieces. And people, Jay Reid, I'm sorry, I don't really love it either, but I think we should do the long throws as well, because like I said, that's going to give the goalkeeper more chances to make a mistake coming for it when he doesn't have no business coming. It's flicked on over his head, somebody taps it in. I could see a goal like that forward, you know, I definitely could. Yeah, man, the comment section is wild, you know, it's a Jamaica stream, people. That's how the people move in the Jamaica space with the damn comments. It's going to be wild, my G. Low need to start, just drop one. It can be free all in one, besides speed or in the stands. Bro King need to come off the bench. He's not ready for this. But we've been doing it for a couple of years and it doesn't work. Remember in the Jay Reid, we scored the goal against who was it? Against USA from a long throw early in the game. Of course, we ended up equalizing late from the own goal. But you know, what if we had won that game there? Even though we haven't won it, you know, that was a while ago. Still, to be fair, that was what. We scored a set piece in Bermuda. Webster, Cross, and Bowser headed in. Trying to remember if there were any more after that. Anyway, in the comment section, people, am I missing any other goal from set piece? New coach coming City. Kasparov defender is on a prolific scoring assisting spree. She gets covered, license to roam. Even Bonnie covers. Previous coach didn't know how to unlock her. Whichever players play tomorrow, we have to give them our full support. Sometimes some of these so-called fans' negative energy pollute the atmosphere around the teams. All right, so Campos say, yo, you can have your take, but just, you know. So Banga is determined because our Banga thing stay already, you know. Let me see Banga change him team. Why am I do that? We really don't coach the player strength. Check out Area FM and the ball. The coach was just on speaking the last 5 minutes. Okay, nice. Yo, let me see if the man will answer my call, yo. I gotta see people, I gotta see. Let's see if we can bring him to the people. I don't see Mason Clark is more threatening than Sifa, says Andre Rabbit. All right, so let me go through. We're gonna highlight some of you guys' teams on the screen right now. Let me open this back up. So we're gonna so I know the predicted 11s. I don't need to worry about that. So let's call this one okay, so we'll keep DR Congo's team over there. What I'll do is get rid of Jamaica. All right, so Banga team. All right, so that's Banga team, people. Let me put it up. Blake Webster, Pinnock, Joel Frey. And then Willis, Hayden, Palmer, Bobby. Mason Clark, Leon, and Cads. All right, so this is the team for that's the team for Banga, people. So let me put that on the screen so you guys can see Banga's team. And you guys let me know in the comment section what you think Banga should get for his score. Banga team, nobody no people. But you guys be the judge. So that's Banga team, people. And put Blake in a goal. If you want to think him not a keeper. So drop it in the comment section, people. What you think about Banga's team? What you give it out of 10? What you guys give this team out of 10? What you guys give this team out of 10? Yeah, so what you guys give this team out of 10? So Banga gone with Latiba there at centre back, which I would have agreed to. Also Frey at right back, Webster left back, Pinnock, Blake, Aiden Palmer, Bobby Reed. Which I don't think we've ever seen that midfield before. One of those three always out the team when two of them are there. And then you have Mason Clark, Kadamatri, and Leon Bailey as the front three. So guys, let me know. I had one say, I am more scared of Frey than King. Romar, the match will start 4 p.m. Jamaica time, 5 p.m. in the US, 10 p.m. in the UK, 3 o'clock in Guadalajara. I don't know where else I call out. I don't know what time in Congo. The Congolese let me know. But Banga team, I give Banga team about a 7. I give Banga team about a 7. I don't mind the midfield. I just hope that, Bobby and Casey give enough support to Hayden. That's the only issue I would have there, because I think both of them are more attack-minded players. They will do a job for you, but he's going to have to be ready to make substitutions, because I don't think Casey can play much more than about 65 in a role like that. Bobby can maybe give you more, but I think his performance will also start to dip after a while. So, you could see with the freshness of Bobby when he came on, I wouldn't mind to see something similar again. That's why I think he's going to go more for that true pivot with two kind of more holding players and play the one attacking threat in the top of that three in that midfield. So that's why I went with Palmer in the predicted 11. I think the direct substitution would be Reed for Palmer once Palmer get tired. So that's what I was thinking there. DJ Giggs asked me if I call King. No, I never call nobody. I send a text and a King me that text. King better be in his bed right now. That me I tell him. Okay, start tomorrow. Okay, you can't take him out of the team, Gigs. Yeah, so we'll see if him have the time, people. Kind of late notice still, so I understand, but no, it can't hurt to try, All right, so we bang a team there. Let's get Banga team back up. So Banga put this team out. And yeah, I would have give him a 7. JB says 7 due to Bailey starting. And here I would say Frey in the midfield. Big up, Kane, Bishop, big up yourself. Tyrese Hall not fit for these games. No, Tyrese Hall is fit. I've seen him training. Just didn't get a chance in the first game. Replace Bailey with Campbell. You get a 8, says Fabian Jacks. I hope Fuller and Ellis get a run, says Chris Swagger. Well, they didn't make the team bench in the first game, so they'll have to fight their way to the bench, at least. Prefer Hall and Cephas, Bailey off the bench. All right, so Couple of votes. I see a 9 from Patrick Riley, a 7 from Joseph Brown. I'm assuming that's a 7 as well, because them say if you replace Bailey with Campbell, you would get a 8. Man, brave to start Bailey, say Nick. Well, Banga say Bailey has to start, so that is Banga's team, people. So Banga, maybe we'll see this 11 tomorrow, and if we do, make sure I give you your credit, all right? So that is Banga. Next up, people, JB himself. So JB have him squad. Hold on, let me get this screen properly. So that is his squad, people. So you guys can start to grade it already, because that is the squad that we're going to put up next. That is JB squad. And I'm just fixing it up in the tactical pad real quick. In the meantime, so JB does have a few changes from Banga for sure. Let me get those on the tactical pad, and then I'll put it on the screen. But in the meantime, you guys just look at the names on there. From what I see, it's probably gonna be the same formation as the first game, or maybe not. Maybe he's going with a 4-4-2. So let me know, Joseph Brown, if you wanted it to be a 4-4-2. Because based on these names, I'm thinking 4-4-2. Maybe even a diamond type of 4-4-2 as well. But let's see. Let's see what the answer. Yo, Woody per change from the other team. All right, and where's the other player? Okay, let me give him this idiot number. All right, so I don't know if you would want it like this, but let me know if you want some kind of diamond type of thing in the midfield, like this. So this is how I envision it, Joseph Brown, but let me know. Yes, diamond. All right, cool. So yeah, I had a feeling that's what you were going for. So let me get that on the screen for you guys. So that's Joseph Brown team, obviously on the left, a 4-4-2 diamond. I'm thinking I have the diamond correct as well. Hayden at the base, Brooks at the top, Palmer and Hall. Or correct me, maybe you want Palmer at the top of the diamond, maybe. It's 5:16 in Western Congo at this time. So it's 5 hours ahead. Damn, so on the same. So Congo is on the same. Western Congo is on the same time as England, or parts of England. The glass is a third full. I love my chances. Switch Pram and Brooks. All right, cool. That's that. I wasn't sure. All right, so Hall, Brooks, Palmer, Hayden. Yeah, man. So that is the diamond shape in the midfield. Got the two forwards, Low and Kadamatri. And that is it right there. So different backline, Low and Pinnock. Haven't seen that yet tonight from anybody. So JB coming with a different strategy, a different setup. I think the midfield area looks nice and bolstered there. Good balance. You have some defensive players. You have some working players. You have some creativity in the midfield as well. Going with a narrow system, which could be a good setup against this team, because I think that like I said, I want to be able to put pressure on Twanzebe, isolate him as much as possible, maybe with no direct winger to mark Masuaku, who could be tempted to get forward, which would isolate Twanzebe in space. So, sometimes you try to set up a system to influence the other team, and that could be an influence of a system like this, giving that the left and right back a false sense of, oh, I can go forward because there's no one on this wing. But we know that Kadamatri, we know that Low, both willing runners as strikers, and they run these wide channels as well. So tactically, I think it could work, JB. I just know that we are so in love with wing play that, and the fact that these two players are definitely the two strikers we have to play a game at altitude and not have a striker on the bench at all. I just don't know if we'd be doing that in this game. But again, that's why I don't really fault your system so much, JB. But I think it's risky to start both of your strikers that you've brought to the tournament in one game or at the same time. So I would maybe the likes of Norman Campbell, the likes of Tyrese Campbell. These are players that for their clubs this season and in their careers have been deployed as strikers with another person. Maybe they're not the front man in a 4-3-3 or a point man type of attacker, but if you put them with a strike partner, give them the freedom to run more of the channels, then I think Tyrese Campbell, Norman Campbell could do a job. And I would much rather have the likes of a Jamal Lowe in reserve just in case we need him. This game has the potential to go to extra time. Would you be comfortable with your striker or both your strikers playing 120 minutes and then potentially kicking a penalty? Maybe not. So for me, I would give it a 7 or probably an 8 actually, because like I said, I do like the balance in the midfield in terms of a good mix of creativity and the legs that you're going to need to keep up with this Congo team that's so hard working. And then you do have that creativity in that midfield as well, along with the physicality and the running you need. So I like the balance of that. That's really what's bolstering your numbers. And also, only thing again that I wouldn't take off points for me personally, I think Latimer and Pinnock would be the best centre back pairing. People worry about the height of Latimer there. I don't. Yes, he's not the tallest player, but I just think as a defender, he just knows how to read the game, knows how to, maybe tussle with the player before they get the jump in to kind of equalize that mismatch that he might have in the air. And yeah, I just think if you put him there as well, we might have an opportunity to look a little bit better playing out from the back as well. So there's a lot of pluses, I think, that go with it. And I think Damian Lowe, JB, to be honest, nobody does it quite like King, but Lowe is the master as well of coming to clear ball over here when he have a right back or going up into midfield and clearing this ball when Hayden is right there. So, I don't think those positional things we deal with King fully all the way go away if Lowe plays as well. So that's one reason why I would take off some marks. So I will give you more than Banga, so 7.5. Banga made give a 7. So I like this squad a little more than Banga one. So I'll say a 7.5. All right, so that's my take on his team. Let me see what people think about the squad. Dandada said that's basically my setup. All right. Dandada, did I take your team down? Webster, Pinnock, King, Lati, Hall, Hayden, Bobby Palmer, Mason, Cephas. Okay, so almost. So you had Mason Clark and Cephas as your two strikers. So yeah, you have the same setup, just different players. The back line is a little different. All right, so we're going to put Dandada team up. It will be easy because Dandada's team only really has what have I done? Yeah, JB never put him in the back line, boss. So the man them say Yeah, man, tell them up the likes. As a matter of fact, Drew, all the likes them stay. Cause 300 of you here, you know, man, and we're up on 127 likes. So on some bad mind star, yeah, the poll are going away, 435 votes. So the man them a vote couldn't just like to. You wicked, you know. Flex Dixon gave him a 7. So not bad, not bad. 127. That's a wickedness. That's a wickedness. People, get with to the 200 likes quick and fast, bro. I won't even ask for the 300. Just give me the 200. While me I sort out what name there? After bench should be Bailey or Campbell, who both can play out the strikers or as a 9. Plus Mason Clark. So Joseph Brown letting me know who his subs would be. I still would say I would hold one of the two in reserve. My vote would have been for Low. I think Cards have more running maybe in him legs. At the intensity we need it at. Even though Low has been playing a lot of minutes for Sheffield, you know, he's been playing a lot of minutes for Sheffield. Well, actually, it's the same kind of minutes because we might be behind the ball more. Wait, you get him on side at 20. Adrian G get Joseph Brown at 3. J Reed give him a 7. Eric, welcome, my brother. Today going to be a big challenge to both teams. I agree. Jamaica defenders, they have hard work tomorrow until they're going to be tired first half time. All right, so the Congolese, them are checking and let we know what the problem is going to be. Man say first half time 2 goals and second time 1 goal. We done. So we can't get no goals, my G, not one. We came on a Cephas and Shatta Kadamarchi up front. We could push back DR Congo. If Cephas learns to cut back instead of shooting all the time, Cephas is fast and Cads trails because he is slow. I don't know about Cads being slow. I think that's a bit harsh. What do you think about 4-4-1-1? I heard Butler talking about it earlier. Swore he said it was to free up the wingers. I have no idea. Curious what you think. Well, I think that when it comes down to talking tactics, Butler is a madman, personally. He says a lot of things that sound somewhat good, but when you actually like think about it, like sometimes it don't make much sense logically. But that's just me. You know, I'm gonna tell you that he's invented systems and formations and all this stuff, but I don't see it. But yeah, I don't know. So he thinks the 4-4-1-1 would free up the wingers. Okay. But if he's talking about those wingers being wingers in the 4, isn't he worried about lack of stability in the middle? Because you're gonna leave those 2 in midfield alone. Or is that where the one behind the one comes in? Let me know. The game start tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern time, 4 o'clock Jamaica time, 10 o'clock in Western Congo and the UK, and 3 o'clock in Guadalajara where the match playing. With so much on the line, I'm not sure if we need Bosley Slow starting. Not all referees will fall for Low's big smile after he gets caught with his hands in the cookie jar. Oh, I think he said Bailey 10. Wow. Boy, I may tell you. We say 2-0 I go for. All right, brother. But I don't believe in a defense. No time. Need Duke if you tell him a thing. All right, so Dandara team may I do next, right? So Dandara, this is his team. So let me put it on the screen so you guys can see it while I'm building it out. So 4-4-2 diamond, all right. So we can keep that the same. Webster pin up King Lati. All right, so I'm gone back for. So I know the man I'm gonna dock your marks right this already. King back in there. Frey back out, Lati back in. So one thing's for sure. One of the center backs and the right back position is very up for debate. We put 3 teams on the screen and it's 3 different things we see so far. Interestingly as well, there's been no Amari Bell sightings as of yet. We'll see if that changes anytime soon. Hall, Hayden, Bobby, and Palmer. So almost had the same diamond as Joseph Brown, but one change, and that's Bobby. And then up front, I think were changes as well. Mason Clark and Cephas. All right, so I was saying I'm worried about starting both strikers at once. Then that I say, hold my beer. I'm not starting none of the strikers at once. So he's going with who is it? Mason Clark and Ronaldo Cephas. It's an interesting call there by Dan Dada. And let's look in the comment section now and see who the people what the people give this lineup right here. Let me add it to the stage as well. Don't know what I'm thinking. I need to do that. All right. So that's his lineup on screen, and that is it on the screen as well in the tactical pod. So let me know, people, what you guys think of his lineup. This is Dan Dada's lineup. 4-4-2 diamond. Again, he said it can also be a 4-1-3-2. I think is what he said. A 4-3-1-2. All right. So could also look a little bit like this, whichever way you want to put it. And yeah, actually I like how the shape of that look a little bit more. Maybe not so narrow. Yeah, that looks solid. That looks solid. This might be, apart from King at the back and Cephas in the front too, this, I don't mind this at all. Everybody may have a couple of men I really love, but the only thing too, I don't know if I'd play Reed and Palmer. It would be one or the other for me. But you guys rate this squad. Let me know what you think of this squad by Dan Dada. Let me know what you think of this squad from Dan Dada. Like I said, I will give it probably a 7.5 as well. A little more than Banger. About the same as JB. Even though the person is a little different, the principles still remain, which I don't mind. So they might get some decent score. Not necessarily just because of the names, but because I could see tactically how we could have make something like this work out. So yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. I would change some of the names, but I don't mind the tactics, you know. Thanks for those who are sending their formation before I put their team up, because them see I go scrutinize it. So yeah, man, send the formation so I can know. But that was done by the team. And remember, if you guys want to vote on them team, you have to put the votes in, you know. You can't keep it on the screen forever, you know. So yeah, see, Eagle Republic said 7-ish. Yeah, I gave him a 7.5. I don't hate that team, to be honest. I don't hate it. I like the look a little bit more once I see it on screen of the 4-3-1-2 than the 4-4-2 diamond. So if they go with that type of system, I think the 4-3-1-2 look a little better for what we're going to be facing, you know, for me personally. So Andre Robbie has this as their team. So let me get that going in the tactical part. Blake in goal. Left back Lati. So it's the first time we're seeing Lati play left back from any other teams. Centre back Low and Pinnock. Centre back Low and Pinnock. Who else? All right, I think he messed this up, but he put left back Joel, right back Webster. But I'll fix that for you. I won't dock points for that. I think he just got them mixed up, which is fine. So we'll sort that out for you. Then now we have what? Hayden, Frey, and Palmer. So with that being said, and I actually don't think that this is necessarily that far off from what Speed might do. I just have a feeling that Speed is going to play Frey at the right back, but I do think that Frey will play from the start tomorrow. I know not everybody putting him in them team, but I just have a feeling like he will start tomorrow. All right, so Cephas, Bailey, and Bailey C. So I have Cephas left, Leon right, and Bailey C. All right, so this is the setup for that's the setup for Andre Rabi. So Andre Rabi, let's get it a visual for the people. So Andre Rabi put this team out. 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, depending on how you look at it, but have it on the street more as a 4-2-3-1, just because even though he has Hayden, DM, Frey, CM, I think Frey will play much closer to Hayden if he is the partner in there. So I think it will look more like a 4-2-3-1. But yeah, give this team a grade, people. Let Andre Rabi know what you think about his team. Joseph Brown gave it a 6. People, let it come in quick and fast, people. Let the votes come in quick and fast. Yeah, so Andre Rabi, what the people them must say? Can you get the work? 6.5 change the right back, says Jay Reed. That's the best setup so far, says Franklin Young. 9. I watch St. Mary religiously, and I have to say that Richard King scares me in tight games. He keeps losing his markers, and he still makes rookie mistakes. Yeah, I think he showed that in the game that just finished, to be honest. 3 to Jamaica, 2 for the next side. Lars, give him a 6. All right. So that is the team for Andre Rabi. Big up yourself, Andre Rabi, for dropping your team. Let's move along again. The next one I had started is Duklan. So let's see what Duklan has to say here. Kadematri. Yeah, man, whoever that is. Cephas Campbell. All right. So he didn't specify, but I'm going to assume he's talking about Tyrese. So I think Tyrese here, Cephas on the other side. Then we have Palmer, Bobby, Hayden. All right. In that order, Palmer, Bobby. I think Duklan did say what in formation was, one at a time. Then, let me see. Mine is a 4-3-2-1. All right, cool. So that's helpful. Thank you. So I guess I want them to play a little more. So that is the formation for maybe they're not quite as narrow. All right, so this is what all right, so Duklan, let's get your team up and running on the screen. All right, so this is what Duke went with, a 4-3-2-1. So you have Palmer, Reed, in that 3 with Hayden. Then you have Cephas and Campbell in the 2. And then you have Bailey Kadamatri up front. So that is what Duckland Stennett has gone with for his team. So let me know what you guys think about that one. Switch Cephas with Clark and it's a 9, says Jay Reed. Lack the CB and Frey at right back and it's an 8. The match tomorrow, Christopher, is 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Jamaica time. 10 o'clock in the UK. I'm not sure where you are, but that should cover most places, you know. 10 o'clock in Western Congo as well, apparently. Ryan give it a 7. JB, agree with you, Jay Reed. I like this team. You know, my thoughts is Cephas shouldn't start this game. I think he's going to be more effective coming off the bench if he plays in this one. But that's just my take on that. I like the back line. You know, I would play Lati central. That'll be my only change. But and I'm not going to kill the Damian Lowe selection. I don't hate the midfield only because I think if you show this to them on paper and you define these roles to them, they will do the job. I think where we get into trouble sometimes is when they both play and one of them is the more sitting player. This player always have a tendency to do this and it ends up looking more like this in the end. If you just define it and say, listen, this is where I want you guys. Obviously when the team pushes, you push, but you know, both of you don't need to be bombing. You know? That's the only thing I worry about with these three, or these two together in midfield is, you know, they both have instincts of 10s. So they want to go do 10 things. But in a game like this, if they're going to play in this type of system, they're going to have to do some 6-ish, 8-ish things too. You know? And will they do it is the question. 8.5, pray please just be chilled. You don't have low? Really? Oh, you're right, bro. Lati and Frey. Yo, your team just get a 10. I swear. My bad, Duckland. I'm misrepresenting your team. So the people don't have to cancel all them vote, you know, because the wrong team put. All right, see there. My bad, G. Yeah, man, I give this team a 8.5. No, I get a 8. I get a 8. Come with a switch to 2 wide player them. That would have given me 9 and 10. Actually, I get a 8 still, but I would switch 3 players. And the main reason why I still get the 8 is because I like the formation. I like the formation. Cephas is a one-trick pony. Cool, that would be on my time. Arizona. Okay. No, man. 1 year time? No. The game gonna be at 2. 5 o'clock here where am I? 5 o'clock in where am I? Georgia. So if you're in Arizona, that's West Coast time, right? Pacific time. So that should be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Kind of want everyone playing their natural position and make the structure easier. Ryan said 8. Mr. said 7.5. I say 8. So Duke, I don't mind this team. I like the structure of it. I would change a little of the personnel, but still I give you a high grade because I like the structure. I think it makes more sense with our personnel to play a 4-3-2-1 than a 4-3-1-2, personally. Because when I really build the team for having a 2-striker system. All right, so it's the game. Those wingers will have to run their legs off. Yeah, man. It's a one-off game. Okay. I got you. That is a mad team, says Truthful Truth. Physical Jamaica team is very well, but technically only Palmer and Reed. Kind of want everyone playing their natural position, make the structure easier. All right, people, listen. I think there were a few more teams to get through, but I'm going to be honest, people. Actually, there's only one more team. So let me not disrespect Jamrock. Jamrock had this team up from early. So let me get Jamrock's team up. And that will be the last team I'm going to do. So apologies to anybody that dropped the team and I never started, but we got through about 6-7 teams. So I think we did the comment section some justice where that is concerned. So let me just put this one in. Everybody leaving off Blake, but we know say Blake I go play for them. So let's see. So I have actually, it's going to be an interesting one from Jamrock because this has some people that we haven't seen in any teams, you know. So let's see what people think about these selections. The scores tonight haven't been bad for most of the players, so I guess that's a sign of maybe the team having more options this go around in the squad, because a lot of time when these predicted teams, or even not in predicted teams, but when we pick the teams that we would like to see, I feel like there's more continuity amongst most of the names, and I feel like this time it's not quite the case. And the back line, Webster, Pinnock, Joel, Frey. All right, so same back line as Duckland, just changing up a few things in that midfield area. All right, so this is on screen now, the team for 876 Jamrock. Big up yourself, Jamrock, for dropping a team. People, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Jamrock's team. All right, people, what you guys think about Jamrock's team. Let's see what you guys think about it. I actually don't mind this team. I think Norman Campbell wouldn't be a terrible option. Duke had just mentioned, and I agree with him, that the winger's gonna have to run off them socks in this one-off game, and I agree totally. So yeah, Mason Clark, Norman Campbell, I wouldn't hate that. Norman Campbell is gonna work a lot on that flank, and he's somebody that's not gonna I think overdo it when it comes on to take-ons. Because I don't care what people want to say, we ain't going to turn into Spain in one game, but we need to have those spells where we keep the ball from time to time. We cannot make this a back and forth transition game the whole time, because that thing that we see as our strength, pace, physicality, I think we can get matched by this Congo team. That's not something that we're going to overpower them with at all. So I think it will be smart to have a decent mix of players that can retain the ball and take on players. So I don't hate this team, Jamrock. I'm going to be honest. I just think Hall is a bit much for him, maybe, to play this game as his first game ever and all of that. It just seems like a tough one for him, But I'm not going to kill that selection from you. I understand it have more to do with the technical ability. But I think in that area that he's playing, we might need to lean a little more heavily on the physicality portion of things. I don't know if Hall has quite, I don't know, man. The occasion just will be very big, one-off game. I just don't know if I want to have him play his first minutes for Jamaica from the start in a game like this. That just seems a bit much. But yeah, I like the personnel on the back line. I like the midfield three except for Hall, and I don't hate the front three. So I think I'd give this one about an 8 as well, to be honest. I think Hall is a bit, all right, I'll have to say probably a 7.5, but I'm leaning towards an 8. I just don't love the Hall inclusion. It just seems like you're throwing the kid in the deep end, But hey, he's in the squad, so he's available for selection. So can you really beat the coach if you pick him? No, you probably can't because he's in the squad. But yeah, people, that was a great little exercise. Fans them get for putting in them team, a few of them. I went ahead and went through them. There's about 200, almost 300 of you in the building right now. As we burn the midnight oil on the Tuesday morning, early morning here now. Let's take a look at the poll. We're going to close it off. We had 546 votes, and it's 58% to Jamaica, 42% to DR Congo. To all those that tuned in from the continent, I want to big them up. All my brothers and sisters over there, big up on themselves. And even though it's war tomorrow, you don't know, say it's a sporting war. We don't have no beef, other than on the football pitch. Just know that. I know, say it's all love. All right. So people, sad to say, all you that would have tuned in know you're probably looking forward to me here in the studio doing a watch along with the game. But guess what, people? Tuesday happens to be one of the worst days for me in life to be doing content. So I will not be around. I will not be around people during the game. What I do plan on doing though, people, is win, lose, or draw. Obviously, the game can't draw. So win or lose, I plan on forwarding on and taking my beating or taking my praise. What I'll try to do though, even though I'll be off site tomorrow during the day, I will probably drop some shots or a live or a reel or something before the game start, reacting to the starting 11 and also dropping my score prediction as well. So look out for that. Like I said, I won't be able to bring any full live content until after the game just because I won't be around. So big up on yourselves to each and every one of you that tuned in. Like I said, over 300 of you in the building right now. So we can't be any more grateful for all those eyes and ears listening to what we have to say. It's a great feeling to know that work we're putting in is seeing some people actually appreciate the work. So yeah, we're grateful for the views and the eyes and the content. Also, people, I would be even happier though if you guys got the likes of over 200. We're at 174 people, and what I just don't understand how people can forward into a chat, vote, and just cut. Don't even drop a like. We have 547 votes, and we can't even get 200 likes, people. That is a travesty. But people, I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna run about my business and get some rest. We have a long day tomorrow. Like I said, me have to work, and I won't be here to do the game. So people in the show and the support to all the content creators, them, you don't know. I will be passing through the various places them. Definitely IMAX it for sure. Big up to Ryan, Cranky, all the other people them that bring in the content to you guys each and every day, because you, the fans, are the ones that mainly they do it for. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, just glad that you guys are enjoying it, engaging in the content, dropping likes, telling others about it, because I have definitely seen an uptick in the viewership. Definitely, obviously, it's gonna happen because it's around the game. But honestly, I would say that yeah, man, I think it's just people putting in work, and like I always say, there's so many different fans that will enjoy all type of content. So whatever you like, you can find it. And there's different ways to do things, and definitely there's a large how you call it now. There's a wide range of type of content creators in this space. So you can kind of pretty much find the ones that, make the most sense to you. You know what I mean? So big up to the people, them. Start over the live blood. Yo, Lamar, here we are, Lamar. I always set my live chat to replay. So if you want to watch it back, see the live chat. Obviously, it's not the same because you can't comment me in real time, but just drop a comment in the comment section, blood. I'm gonna answer you same way. All right, Lamar, big up yourself. But like how you arise, me have to go, you know, take some rest. So that me gonna go do. Why for the shots? So I can't drop a YouTube shot, bro. A YouTube shot. All right, sorry, I had to say the word YouTube. You go in Brazil, Croatia? Nice. So wait, that game then I play the same damn time, brother? Oh no, it'll play 8 o'clock. So you're good to go. Big up, big up, big up, big up. They say you love us, but tomorrow you're sorry. All right, boss, no problem. Give thanks for everyone that gives your honest opinion on my squad. Yeah, man. Jamrock, I never really highlight what the man them say about your squad, but me see your squad did cause some conversation. So the people them was tuned in, you know. But as I said, Jamrock, time does a run well left me, and man's need to get some rest, my guy. So big up yourselves. Thanks so much for tuning in. You know, we definitely had fun bringing you some content. We went through the predicted 11s. We went through my keys to the game, rest defense, positional discipline, set pieces, and being clinical in front of that goal. Those are the things I will say. And I did say I would talk about key players, but in all honesty, people, what is the point of talking about the damn key players if we don't know the team yet? So I'm going to remove that from the title. It will not be there. So you guys don't have to worry about seeing that and asking me why I never thought about it, because I'm going to delete it off of the damn title anyway. All right, people. Big up on yourselves, and thanks so much for tuning in. I am Jason Gooner. This channel is called Jason Gooner TV. And until next time, my people, manners and respect. Big up on yourselves. Thanks so much. Yo, big up on yourselves, Jamaica. Me I beg on you. That's why I make a happy stream tomorrow, please. And all my Congolese that are in the building, forward back tomorrow, win or lose, because if we lose, I will still run out and make content. All right, so you do the same for me, guys, and be here to talk about it. I will be gracious in winning. So you know, you don't have to worry about me styling. You know? I will just talk about what I saw in the game, and I just pray that I'm talking about a victory. All right, people, big up on yourselves. And like I said, I will try to push out some kind of content while I'm not in the studio tomorrow, just to let you guys know what I think about predictions. If not, I'll definitely try to make an appearance somewhere out there in the streaming world. I know that JD said he was doing a watch party of some sort. If he's so inclined, maybe I can hop on and give a take there. So you guys make sure to look out for his stream in particular if you want to hear from me in particular, because I think that's where I would probably turn up if I get the chance to give a take before the game starts. All right, people? So big up on yourselves, and thanks again for the support. I am Jason Gooner. This here is Jason Gooner TV. And until next time, peace and love.